श्री गुरु गौरांग गंधार विक गिरिधारी शिष्य राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरन मोहन जू की जाय। नितिल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नितिल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नितिल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जाय। नितिल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नितिल प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जाय। नितिल प्रविष्ट महाभागवत श्री गोश्वर बाबाजी महाराज की जाय। नित्य प्रविष्ट श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जाय। नित्य प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जाय। श्री रूपनु गौरिय गुरु वर्ग की जाय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जाय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जाय। नाम अक्षय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जाय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जाय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जाय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जाय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जाय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाया की जाय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जाय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्री रस पंचाध्यायी की जय। श्री सर्वव्रज देवी गण की जय। रसेश्वरी श्री विश्वभानुनंदिनी श्रीमती राधा ठाकुरानी की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्री कार्तिक व्रत की जय। दामोदर व्रत की जय। व्रत पालन करी भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री हरि नाम श्री दामोदराष्टकम की जय। श्रील श्रीधर स्वामी पाद की जय। श्रील सनातन गोस्वामी पाद की जय। श्रील जीव गोस्वामी पाद की जय। श्रील विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। हरि बोल रुक्मिणी दीदी and Raseshwari Mataji. Dandavat pranams. Oh wait, let's do the Mangala Charan first. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayaniti Namine. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo mahavadanyaya Krishna prema pradayate Krishnaya Krishna chaitanya namne gauratvishe namaha. Guruve gaurachandraya radhikaya tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna bhaktaya tarbhaktaya namo namaha. Yam pravrajantamanupetamapeta krityam Vaipayano virahakatara ajuhava Putreti tanmayataya taravo bhinedu Stang sarva bhuta hridayam munimanatosmi. Narayanam namaskritya narang chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet. Shrinvatang svakatha Krishna punya shravana kirtana Hridantasto yabhadrani vidhunoti suhritsatam. Nashta prayeshvavadreshu nityang bhagavata sevaya Bhagavatyuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. Tavaivasmi na jivami tvaya vina iti vigyaya radhe tvang nayamang charanantikam bhaktya vihina aparadha lakshay kshiptashtakamadhitaranga madhe kripa maitvam sharanam prapanna vrinde namaste charanaravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Dandavat pranams Kargaraj ji and Savitri Didi. Sudevi Didi. Haribo. So now we will read. First, we're going to read one verse from Gopī-gīta, and then I'm going to start reading from Dāmodarāṣṭakam. What I think I'm going to do is tell me if you like this idea or if you don't. I actually need to proofread this book. And so I was thinking at the beginning of also, and another thing is Indira Mataji, she's been joining our Srimad Bhagavatam readings since 2019. And so and she went to Govardhan for 10 days for Parikrama. She's with Krishna Chaitanya Mission. And she was requesting if I could either stop reading for a little while or go extra slow so that she could keep up. And she's wondering if I could read Dāmodarāṣṭakam. And I said, I don't want to stop, but I could maybe slow down a lot so that she can easily catch up when she comes back. So I'm going to just read one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam a day, and then I'll read from Dāmodarāṣṭakam, Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī's commentary. And then later on in the day, after I finish reading, I'll read my Gurudev's commentary. But that will be... So I'm not going to read my Gurudev's commentary in these morning classes. I'll read those at a different time because I'm also trying to proofread this book. And so I want to get through it kind of quickly. All right, so let's begin. We'll sing Gopī-gīta and then we'll go through the verse. Okay. We're doing 14 today, right? I think so. Let's sing this prayer to Damodar. One second. Okay. Anga shamalima chata bhirabhito mandi kritendi varam jadyam jagururochisham vidhadatam patambarasya shriya vrindaranya vilasinam hridilasar damabhiramadaram radhaskandha niveshito jvalabhujam dhyayema damodaram Dhyayema Damodaram. His dark luster eclipses a blue lotus. His brilliant yellow garments rebuke the radiance of golden kumkum. He revels in pastimes within Sri Vrindavan. His chest is beautified by a splendid Vaijayanti garland. And his splendorous left hand rests upon the shoulder of Sri Radha. I meditate upon that Sri Damodar. So yeah, this is good to say this every day throughout this month, this verse. During this month, my Gurudev would say this before every class also. He would recite this verse. Okay, so let's go through Gopī-gīta. We'll sing up to verse 13. Jayat Gopya Uchu Jayati Te Dhikam Janmana Vraja Shayata Indira Shashvaratrahi Sai. Adayita drishatam dikshutavakas tvaidrita savas tvam vichinvate Sharadudashaye sadhu jata san sarase jotara shimushadrisha suratanatate shulkadasika paratane nato Neha Kembadam Vishajalapyayan Vyalarakṣasan Vaṣamarutan Vaidyutanadan Vrishamayatmajad Vishvatopayad Rishabhatevayam Rakshita Moho Nakalu Gopika Anandana Bhavan Akila Dehinam Antaratmadre Vikana Sartito Vishwaguptaye Sakayo Devan Sattvatam Kule Virachita Paya Vrishni Duryate Charanami Yusham Sangsriter Bhaya Karasaroroham Kanta Kamadam Shirasi Dehina Shikara Graham Raja Janartihan Virayashitam Nija Janasmaya Dvangsana Smita Bhaja Sake Bhavat Kinkari Smano Jalaruhananam Charudashayam Pranatadehina Upapakashanam Trinacharanugam Sriniketanam Panipanarpita Te padam pujam Krinukucheshu na Krindhire chayam Madhuraya gira Valguvakyaya Buddhamanukyaya Pushkare kshana Avidir karirima Viramoyate Adhara sentuna Pyayaya svana Tavakatam Tavakatamritam Tapta jivana Kave viriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangala Shimaratatam Bhuvikrinantiye Bhurida jana Prahasitam priya Prema Vikshanam Viharanam Chate Dhyana Mangalam Rahasi Samvida Yahrede Sprisha Kuhakano Kshobayanti Chalasiyad Prajas Charayat Pashu Nalina Sundaram Natate Padam Shilatrinam Kurai Siddhate Tinam Kalilata Manaha Kanta gacchati dina parikshaye Nīlakuntalarvanaruhananam Vibhradavritam Dhanarajasvalam Darshayan Muhur Manasina Smaran Virayachasi Pranatakamada Pajarchitam Dharani Mandanam Deyamapati Charana Pankajam Shantamam Chate Ramanana Stane Shvarpayatiham. And then today's verse. Asuratavardhana Ashokanashana Swaritavenuna Shushuchombita Ayitara Ragave Smaranadrinam Vitara Viranas Tetara Vrita Vitara Viranas Tetara Vrita. The nectar of your lips increases the pleasure of amorous union, and it vanquishes sorrow or separation from you. Your ambrosial lips are passionately kissed by your singing flute, and they cause every human being to forget all other attachments. O hero, please make us drink the nectar of your lips. Let's read this translation now. Inside this. Oh, 1 second. Okay. 1 second, just checking. Oh, I think I forgot to put the link. Oops. 1 second. Let me just share the link in that group. Totally forgot about that. Okay, just getting the link. There, now sharing it. Yes. Okay. Oh, best of heroes, the ambrosia of your lips enhances the. Oh, let's read the previous verse actually before we. It's nice to. Actually, let's go a few verses up. I really like this verse. This is one of my favorite verses actually from the Gopī-gīta. Hey Nath, hey Kanta, O beloved master, your lovely lotus feet are softer than a lotus. When you leave Raj to take the cows out for grazing, your lotus feet suffer great pain from dry husks, sharp pebbles, and spikes of grass. Thinking about this makes our minds uneasy. Just as the day is declining, you return from the forest. Then we see your face decorated by dark locks of hair and covered with a thick layer of dust raised by the cows. O beloved hero, you repeatedly impress us with your beauty and thus arouse in our hearts amorous desire to enjoy with you. O charming lover, O destroyer of all afflictions of the mind, your lotus feet, which fulfill the desires of your surrendered devotees, are worshipped by the lotus-born Brahma himself. Your lotus feet are the embellishment of the earth. In calamity, only your feet are to be remembered, because they relieve all misfortune, and serving them bestows supreme bliss. Kindly place those lotus feet on our breasts. And then today's verse. Suratavardhanam shokonashanam saritavenuna shushtuchumbitam itararagavismaranam ninam vitaraviranaste dharamritam. O best of heroes, the ambrosia of your lips enhances the joy of amorous pleasure and drives away all the sorrow of separation. This nectar, transmitted through your warbling flute, induces all humankind to forget any other attachment. Please distribute this magic elixir to us. Elixir, right? That's how you say it, elixir. Śrīla Sāmipad's Bhāvārtha Dīpikā. When the flute plays, it kisses your lips, which perfume the flute song with their nectar. O hero, give us your lips' ambrosia. Itararaga vismaranam nirnam. It wipes out all types of material desires, such as ruling over the entire earth. Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmīpad's Vaiṣṇava Toṣaṇī. Adharamrita. Krishna's lips are nectar. Just by their touch, they increase the desire for Sārārtha, amorous enjoyment, which comes as a result of prem. In this way, the gopis are indicating that the nectar of his lips is sweet like honey and makes one mad. Becoming shy, they explain in this verse, even if one drinks this nectar again and again, he still cannot be satisfied. It is so powerful that it takes away sorrow, shokonashanam. It makes us forget the painful experience of failing to achieve you. Itararaga vismaranam nirnam. It makes even men forget about their desires, such as becoming emperor of the world and achieving liberation. Then what to speak of ladies, especially us gopis who are eager to have your association? The nectar of your lips will make us forget all fondness from family members and social etiquette. What more can be said on this topic? By its own desire, this adharamrita causes desire for anything else to vanish completely. It increases the inherent eternal yearnings in the hearts of all men and women and drives out any other attachment. The gopis prove the truth of their statement regarding men when they say, Swarita venuna shushtuchumbitam. The flute, which is known to be masculine in gender, tastes the nectar of your lips when you're playing it. Wait, we already read this, didn't we? Okay, let me just finish reading it up to this point and then, yeah, sorry guys, I read the wrong verse. This is the proof that even men forget all other affection upon attaining that nectar. The Vrajdevis speak like this when highly impassioned and completely absorbed in bhav. Thus it seems that male devotees can also relish Krishna's adharamrita. One must deliberate upon this. Men can receive the remnants of Bhagavan's tambul, which he gives to his special devotees who are objects of his mercy. As the nectar of his lips and the flavor of his tambul are non-different, men also get to relish his adharamrita, albeit indirectly. But okay, let's read today's verse. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, this is today's verse. right? Yeah, that was my mistake. Well, let me just double check. Oh, I wrote verse 14 there. I think that was a mistake though. Anyways. Okay, let's read verse 15. Artatiyar bhavan ahnikananam trutiyugayate tvamapashatam kutila kuntalam shrimukam jate jada udikshatam pakshmakre drisham. O precious one, unable to see you the whole day, unable to see you the whole day while you roam throughout the forests, we experience every moment as a millennium. When you return in the evening, we gaze upon your lovely lotus face, decorated with your curly locks. But we greatly lament the blinking of our eyelids, which impedes our darshan. Certainly, the person who created the eyelids is nothing more than a fool. Just looking at the comments, give me a second. Do you guys just do you mind giving me 1 second? I'm really curious. I remember reading that commentary. So I'm just pretty sure that I messed up with my numbering. Yes, we read verse 14. Let me just double check. Yeah. See, we did read it, verse 14. My mistake. Okay. Okay, so now Śrīla Sāmipada Bhāvārtha Dīpikā. The gopis lament. When you are outside our vision, each moment brings unlimited grief. However, when we see you, each moment bestows unending bliss. After realizing this, we renounced all attachments as sannyasis do and came to you. Why then are you so eager to reject us? Expressing their feelings in this verse, beginning with Atati, as well as in the next, the gopis say, when you perform pastimes in Vrinda's forest during the day, all living beings who are barred from seeing you experience each moment as a millennium. In this way, they describe the sorrow of separation. They continue. Somehow, we manage to make it through the day. And in the evening, when you return, we again eagerly gaze upon your handsome lotus face, but our darshan is obstructed by the blinking of the eyes. At that time, they deride Brahma as being foolish for creating eyes that blink. They come to this conclusion because each moment is intolerable for them when their view of Krishna's face is blocked. Thus, they infer that the sight of his face bestows unlimited bliss. Śrīla Jīva Gosvāmī Pad's Vaiṣṇava Toṣaṇī. 1 second, just seeing what all these WhatsApp messages I'm getting. Okay. While you're roaming around in the forests the whole day, we are deprived of seeing you. During that time, every moment seems a millennium to us. The word yugayate indicates that time barely crawls along for those who are anguished, and thus testifies to the enormity of the gopis' sorrow. They say, the agony of not being able to see you is excruciating, so please come to us at once. Apashyatam. Not seeing you, all the Vrajavasis feel separation, so what to speak of us? When you return at the end of the day, we want to fix our eyes on your exquisite lotus face surrounded by your curly locks, but our view is obstructed by the blinking of our eyelids. In this way, they criticize Brahma for being foolish for creating eyelids. When the word cha is applied to the word apashyatam, the meaning is, if Brahma had created eyelids only for those who never see Krishna's face, he would not be at fault. But it was wrong of him to create them for those who see Krishna's extraordinarily beautiful face, decorated with curls of hair falling on his forehead. The rest of the verse is understood according to Śrīdhara Swamipad's explanation. In another way, the gopis are saying, you whose character is uncommon, you whose character is uncommon, your nature is beyond the cognizance of our senses. We have never received even a drop of happiness from you. Whether you are present or not, we experience only sorrow. In the first half of this verse, beginning with Artati, the gopis describe their sorrow when they cannot see Krishna. In the second half, beginning with Kutila, they convey their suffering while gazing at him in the evening. When you return at the end of the day, we want to stare uninterrupted at your beautiful face surrounded by curly hair without our eyelids blinking. Otherwise, our darshan is obstructed, and so is our joy. They conclude, this obtuse fool Brahma only created eyes that blink. For this, he deserves to be cursed. When the verbal root krit in the word pakshmakrit is used in its other sense, to cut, that means to cut, the meaning is, among all those who raise their heads to behold your face, he who cuts off his eyelids is not at all ignorant. He is a scholar and expert in ras. There is still another meaning. May that intelligent person whose eyelids are severed be honored above all who behold your face. Even if you are standing directly in front of us, what will we fools be able to see with our eyelids covered by our eyes covered by eyelids? Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī Thakur's Sārārtha Darshini. The gopis continue. We suffer from our ill luck. What can you do about this? With this intention, they speak this verse, Atati Yad Bhavan. When you go to the Vrindavan forest, we are unable to see you. During this time, for each of us, Truti is 2,700th of a kshana. So small it has no duration. A kshana means a moment. A kshana is less than a second. Anyways, yeah. So one truti is like a millennium, a yugayate. It's kind of like in Shastakam also. Yugayitam nimeshena chakshusha pravishayitam. Nimesha comes from closing of the eyes, doesn't it? Yeah, anyways. When all the other inhabitants of Raj are unable to see you for 3/4 of the day, and they're suffering, that time feels like 3 months. But for us, 3 yamas, that means 9 hours, are like millions of yugas. What other reason can there be but our ill fortune? Somehow we make it through the day, and evening time when you return from the forest, we gopis again eagerly get out to gaze upon your beautiful face. But even then, the foolish creator of our eyelids torments us, throwing us into an unlimited ocean of misery. When we are finally able to see you, our eyes blink, and thus our vision of you is impeded. Although a blink only lasts for 900 trutis, for us it is 900 millenniums. Either way, we suffer from our bad luck, whether we see you or not. The sage Maitreya Rishi explains the divisions of time in Srimad Bhagavatam 3:11 verses 6 and 7. A truti is the time needed for the integration of 3 trasarenus. I don't know what a trasarenu is. 2 microatoms make 1 atom, and 3 atoms make 1 trasarenu, a hexatom. This hexatom is visible in the sunshine which enters through the holes of a window screen. That is 2 2,700th of a kshana. 100 Shrutis makes one Veda. 3 Vedas makes one lava. The duration of time of 3 lavas is equal to 1 nimesha. See, nimesha. And the combination of 3 nimeshas makes 1 kshana. I think nimesha means the closing of the eyelid, the blinking. So the time it takes to blink the eyes blink, that's a nimesha. So 2,700th part of a kshana makes one Shruti, and 900 Shrutis is 1 nimesha. Some say that a kshana is so subtle that it has no duration. Wow. So if even a kshana has no duration, it's so small, what to speak of 2,700th of a kshana? According to another interpretation, the verbal root krit is used in its second meaning to cut. Then the meaning is he who has cut off his eyelids is genuinely intelligent because he can get absorbed in the joy of seeing Krishna without any interruption. We, on the other hand, are unintelligent because we leave the eyelids on our eyes. So what will we be able to see, even if Krishna stands directly in front of us? This is the mood. So tomorrow we will read this verse, Patisutanvaya Bratri Bandhavan. O Achyuta, you know why we have come here. You played your flute, knowing the path your song would take. That resonant sound bewildered us, and we have come to you, disregarding our husbands, children, brothers, friends, and entire family. Who else but you, you rogue, would abandon innocent maidens like us, after bringing us to your shelter in the dead of night? So we'll go through that verse tomorrow. And now we continue on. Now we begin Dāmodarāṣṭakam. We already sang it this morning, so I'm not going to sing it again. But we'll begin with, let's just sing this first verse. Let me take it off of. Let me just check everything's okay. And Haribol Champak Didi. And Pradyumna Prabhu Mantramurti Mataji. Okay. And yeah, I'm doing a proofread of Dāmodarāṣṭakam also, so that's why you see highlights everywhere. Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabhiyo Lukat Ladhavamanam Paramrishtamartyam Tatodrutya Gopya. So Namami means obeisances, and Ishwaram means to the Supreme Controller. Sachidananda Rupam, who the origin of all incarnations and the very embodiment of eternity, knowledge, and bliss, Sri Krishna. Then Lasat Kundalam means on whose cheeks makar-shaped earrings are frolicking. And then Gokule, in the transcendental abode of Gokul, the home of the gopas, gopis, cows, calves, and so forth. Brajamanam. Brajamanam means he is resplendent. Yashoda Bhiya, out of fear of Mother Yashoda, Ulu Kalad, means after jumping from the grinding mortar, Dhavamanam, is running away. Paramrishtam, but Paramrishtam, ultimately he is seized from behind. Atyanta means Atyam here. Atyam tato means eventually he is Paramrishtam, he is seized from behind. And tata means, hey, that word's missing from the. Oh, never mind. There's a mistake in the transliteration here. And then Druta Gopa by the Yashoda Gopi, who is Druta, who is running very swiftly. Okay, let's read here's a translation. I offer obeisances unto Sri Krishna, the possessor of all potencies, whose beautiful form is the entirety of concentrated existence, knowledge, and bliss. On his cheeks, makar-shaped earrings are swinging playfully. His infinite brilliance shines forth from his most splendid residence, the transcendental abode Sri Gokul. Actually, one second, okay. In fear of Mother Yashoda, he leapt from the grinding mortar and ran away. Nevertheless, Mother Yashoda ultimately caught hold of him from behind, for she ran more swiftly than he did. So here's the Dig-darśinī-ṭikā by Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī Pad. We have it in Sanskrit first, and then we have the translation of the Sanskrit. Okay, my Gurudev begins with the Mangalacharan. Ajnanatimirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Guruve namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Acharya Singharupine Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Iti Namine Attimatta Charitraya Sashitanancha Padane Jiva Dukhe Sadartaya Shri Nama Prema Dayane Gaurashaya Vigrahaya Krishna Kamai Kacharine Rupanuga Pravaraya Vinodeti Swarupine Prabhupadantarangaya Sarva Sarguna Shaline Mayavarata Moghnaya Vedantartha Vide Namaha Vairagya Yog Bhakti Rasang Prayatnar Apayayan Mam Anabhipsumandham Kripam Budhirya Paradukha Dukhi Sanatanang Tang Prabhumashrayami Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Tvishe Namaha. So before my Gurudev goes on to translate Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī Pad's commentary, he first begins with this. And he says, I offer prostrated obeisances again and again at the lotus feet of my Gurudev, my Shri Gurudev, Ashtatara Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, who is an ocean of causeless mercy, to the acharyas of the Shri Guru Parampara, and especially to Jagat Guru Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī Pad, who is very distressed by the sorrow of others, as well as to the greatly magnanimous Sri Shachinandan Gaur Hari, who is imbued with the mood and complexion of Srimati Radhika. After begging for their mercy, I am now presenting the Bhav Anuvad of Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī's Dig-darśinī commentary on Sri Dāmodarāṣṭakam. Bhav Anuvad means Anuvad, which is capturing the essence, the Bhav, which is being expressed. So it might not always be completely literal. Sometimes he'll elaborate a little bit to bring out the Bhav that's being expressed in the translation. Sorry, that's being, yeah. Because it's difficult to translate just, yeah, these words of Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī are so deep, and so it's difficult just in a few words to express them in English. Oops. Okay. Dig-darśinī-ṭikā Bhāv-anuvad. Shri Radha Sahitang Natva Shri Dāmodarāmishwaram Dāmodarāṣṭaka Vyakhya Digesha Darshate Dhuna. After offering obeisances to the Supreme Controller, Sri Damodar accompanied by Sri Radha, this explanation of Sri Dāmodarāṣṭakam, known as Dig-darśinī, the insight that guides us towards the inner meaning, is herewith presented. Can't remember why I highlighted this all. Let me just check. Whatever. With the intention of making his prayer, Sri Satyavrat Muni first offers his devoted obeisances to Bhagavan Sri Krishna with the word Namami, which invokes auspiciousness. He offers his obeisances by extolling Sri Krishna's supremacy through descriptions pertaining to the speciality of his tattva, profound fundamental truths related to him, his form, his pastimes, and his qualities. Thus, Sri Satyavrat Muni declares the unique supremacy manifested by Sri Krishna in Gokul. He declares this to be the very essence and entirety of Godhead. It is vital to offer respects to one's worshipful deity before beginning any task. Also, by this gesture, Sri Satyavrat Muni exhibits his special feeling of dasya bhakti, devotion to Sri Bhagavan in the mood of a servant. For this reason, he begins his prayer by offering his obeisances to the Supreme Lord. And so the words that are in square brackets are it's in the Bengali, right? I think so. The Bengali edition. The commentator, Srila Sanātana Gosvāmī, first discusses the profound fundamental truths underlying the identity of Sri Bhagavan, Krishna Tattva. Herein, he relates Sri Satyavrat Muni's thoughts. To whom am I offering obeisances? To Ishvar, the Supreme Controller. He is one, Sarva Shaktiman, the possessor of all potency. 2. Jagat Ekanath, the sole Lord of the entire world. And 3. Nija Prabhu, my own dear master. I am offering my obeisances to that Ishvar. And the first facet of Ishvar, the possessor of all potency, Sri Satyavrat Muni seeks the potency to offer prayers in glorification of Sri Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord. The second facet, the sole Lord of the entire world, conveys that Ishvar is alone his topmost worshipful and praiseworthy Lord. Finally, in relation to the last facet of Ishvar, that he is my own dear master, Sri Satyavrat Muni expresses his own special bhakti for his Lord. How is Ishvar manifest? In this question, Sri Satyavrat Muni says, Ishvar is manifest as the beautiful form of concentrated, pure, eternal existence, full knowledge, and unlimited bliss, Satchidananda Rupam. Thus, the sage has explained the unrivaled supremacy of Sri Krishna, the object of his prayers, by narrating the special, profound, fundamental truths, the tattva, underlying his identity. Now, the commentator discusses Sri Bhagavan's beautiful form. Sri Satyavrat Muni shows the exceptional supremacy of Sri Krishna by describing the unique beauty of his form. He describes how his earrings are swinging, lasat kundalam. Because he is running away from his mother, Sri Yashoda, out of fear, or else because it is his nature to always make transcendental childish mischief due to unceasing restlessness. Makar-shaped earrings constantly swing near his cheeks and seem to be playing there. Oh, wait, that should be a comma, not a... Anyways, whatever. In this way, the sage describes the speciality of the extraordinary splendor of Sri Krishna's worshipful face. Yet another meaning of lasat kundalam is those two makar-shaped earrings have achieved the celebrated fortune of kissing Sri Krishna's cheeks and are therefore the most exalted of all his ornaments. Consequently, simply by mentioning Sri Krishna's earrings, the special fortune of all other ornaments adorning his various limbs is implied. For this reason, Sri Satyavrat Muni is indicating, I am offering obeisances to that personality whose bodily luster beautifies his earrings. In other words, Sri Krishna's limbs even beautify their own ornaments. For this reason, the gopis have said, Trailokya sobhagam idam chaniri rupa. Trailokya sobhagam idam chaniriksha rupam yargo dvijadruma marga polakanya bhibran. Sorry, I did the wrong meter. That's from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:29-40. One second, my father is trying to call me. I was just telling him I'm. Haribol, Dad, I'm still in the middle of our daily reading, so you can call in maybe like 15 minutes. Is that okay? Sorry. Okay. Dear Krishna, as a result of beholding your beautiful form, which has enhanced the fortune of the three worlds, even the bodies of the cows, birds, trees, deer, and others have erupted with horripilation. Is it at all surprising then if your beautiful form bewilders us? Also, while Sri Uddhav was describing Sri Krishna's beautiful form to Vidura, he said, Vismapanam swas Vismapanam swasya chaso bhagardhe parang padang bhushana bhushanangam. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:2-12. Sri Krishna's form is so captivating that even he is astonished when he sees himself. His beautiful form embodies the topmost limit of exceedingly good fortune and opulence. Indeed, ornaments usually beautify the person wearing them, but Sri Krishna's form is so beautiful that he actually increases the beauty of his ornaments. In other words, compared to all other divine forms in existence, the beauty of his form is supremely divine. Next, Sri Satyavrat Muni shows the extraordinary excellence of Sri Krishna by describing his special associates present with him in Gokul. He says, Gokule Bhrajamanam. How splendid it is when Sri Krishna is in Gokule, the home of his gopas, gopis, cows, calves, and others. Oops, wrong thing. In this place, which is particularly befitting, he manifests the exceptional supremacy, the Brajamanam, of his pastimes, which he has never manifested anywhere else in any of the pastimes performed by his previous incarnations. Another meaning is that the outstanding environment of Gokul is effulgent with the mood of natural love. So when Sri Krishna is situated there, he is certainly most splendid, Brajamanam. This is also described in various places in Shastra. In the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is described as follows. Chakasagopi parishargator chitas trailokya lakshme kapadang vapur dhadat. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 10:32-14. Sri Krishna, for whom perfected mystic yogis seat in their purified lotus-like hearts, appeared as the reservoir of all beauty, unequaled within the three worlds. He accepted the seat offered by the gopis and was worshipped by them. When he sat in their midst, he appeared even more splendorous. Now, in the remainder of this line, beginning with Yashoda, as well as in the whole next verse, Sri Satyavrat Muni affirms the unparalleled excellence of his worshipful Lord by describing his extraordinary pastimes. Due to its surrounding context, Yashodaya means from his mother Sri Yashoda. The meaning of Bhiya is that Sri Krishna feared being punished for breaking the earthen pot of butter, as well as raiding its contents and making other types of mischief. A pot of butter had been hung from the ceiling, high above the ground for protection. But Krishna had climbed onto an overturned grinding mortar and was stealing butter from it. The meaning of Ulu Kolat is, when he saw his mother coming with a stick in her hand, he immediately leapt from the grinding mortar, and Dhavamanam, he ran away very quickly. The 9th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam's 10th canto contains a detailed narration of this pastime. It is recommended that one reflect upon it. Ulu kalangrer upari vyavastitam markaya kamam dadatang shichistitam hayangavam chorya vishankitekshanam niriksha paschat sutamagachan niriksha paschat sutamagama-chanai. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 10:9-8. After climbing climbing on top of the overturned grinding mortar, Sri Krishna began feeding the monkeys to his great satisfaction, giving them the butter from a pot that had been hung from the ceiling in order to protect it. Because he was stealing, he was anxiously looking here and there. Seeing him like this, Mother Yashoda slowly approached him from behind. Tamatayashtim prasamiksha satvaras tato varuhya pasasarabhitavat gopyan vadhavan nayamapayoginam kshamang praveshtum tapaseritam mana. Same chapter, verse 9. As soon as Sri Krishna saw his mother with a stick in her hand, he hastily jumped from the grinding mortar and began running away, as if totally overcome by fear. Great mystics whose hearts have been completely purified by performing austerities are qualified to merge with Brahma. Yet, they fail to catch Sri Krishna. On the other hand, considering him to be her little child, Yashoda Devi ran after that same Sri Krishna in order to catch him. Seeing her son fleeing after being caught making mischief, Mother Yashoda ran after him. She ran much faster than he did and seized him from behind. By describing that she ran much faster than Sri Krishna with the words atyantato drutya, Sri Satyavrat Muni alludes to the exceptional beauty of Mother Yashoda's breasts, hips, and full-figured body, and also indicates her special affection for her son. The use of the loving address Gopya instead of Yashodaya signifies that only those who are born in cowherd families have the great fortune of seeing these pastimes. Furthermore, by saying Paramrishta, that she caught him from behind, Sri Satyavrat Muni indicates Sri Krishna's special affection for Mother Yashoda. In other words, he is declaring that Sri Krishna is Bhakta Vatsal. He has particular affection for his devotees. Here also, it is beneficial to carefully study the following verse from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Anvanchamana janani brihachala Chroni bharakranta gatis sumadhyama Javena visrangsita keshabandhana Achyuta prasunanugati paramrishat. That's the next verse, verse 10. As slender-waisted Yashoda chased Sri Krishna, her pace was slowed down by the weight of her large swaying hips. As she ran after him, her hair loosened, and the flowers that were woven into her braid fell to the ground, as if following behind her. Despite all of this, she continued to chase Krishna, and at last she caught hold of him from behind. Thus ends the English rendition of the Dig-darśinī-ṭikā on the first verse. Śrīla Sanātana Gosvāmī Pada ki jai, Shri Radha Damodar Ju ki jai, Yashoda Damodar Ju ki jai. All right, so later on today at time, I'm going to go through the Dig-darśinī-vritti. Actually, no, I'll read at 6:35. No, sorry. Why did I say 6:35? I'll read at 6:30 p.m. this evening. Right now, it's 8:30 a.m., and so I'll read at 6:30 p.m. I'll read this Dig-darśinī-vritti by my Śrīla Gurudev. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Also, I'd like this morning to, I'm not sure if you saw, but I read the fourth article written by Vrindaranidasi. And today I would like to read the fifth article. I'll probably do that sometime before lunchtime today. So within the next few hours from now, I'm going to read the fifth article in the series about how bhakti is both inherent and it is bestowed. So if you'd like to join that. And then this evening, I'll read 6:30 p.m. This evening, I'll read the rest of Dāmodarāṣṭakam. All right. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shri Gurudev ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Shri Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Shri Bhakti Vedanta Sai Maharaj Shri Prabhupada ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Shila Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Ṭhākura ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Vaiṣṇava Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai Shri Rupa Anuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanātana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jīva Gopala Bhatta Dashagunath Sharda Gosai Prabhu ki Jai Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki Jai Nama Chai Shila Haidas Ṭhākura ki Jai प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जाय सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जाय श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाय श्री मुन देवी गंगा देवी की जाय श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय श्री भक्ति देवी की जाय श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाय की जाय श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जाय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जाय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जाय श्री श्री राधा दामोदर जू की जाय श्री दामोदराष्टकम की जाय श्री सनातन गोसाई पार की जाय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाय श्री रास पंचाध्याय की जाय श्री सार्वभद्र देवीगण की जाय रासेश्वरी श्री विश्वभानुनंदिनी श्रीमती राधा ठाकुरानी की जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशवाय कृष्ण भक्ति पद देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः वंशा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Dandavat pranams, everybody. See you all. If you want to join my reading in, I don't know, maybe an hour from now or a couple hours from now, or you can join this evening for the rest of this chapter of Dāmodarāṣṭakam, my Gurudev's commentary, which is extremely sweet. This Dāmodarāṣṭakam book is one of my all-time favorite books out of all of my Gurudev's books, because it's such a beautiful combination of the tattva and of the lila, and it's a very unique book. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that this evening. Hari Bol, Rukmini Didi. Dandavat pranams. Oh, it must be so late for you. And Guru Nishta Prabhu, Hari Bol, and Champak Didi, Hare Krishna. All right, Jai Shri Radhe.